So first up we had Amazon Q. So now when we talk about Amazon Q, so it is like everything AI. This is another generative AI tool that is जो Amazon लेकर आया basically. So reading through the article today, we are announcing Amazon Q, a new generative AI powered assistant designed for work that can be tailored to your business. Basically, kind of like a knowledge management system you can where a business or an enterprise can handle all their knowledge. So that is interesting, but I am more concerned about how they're handling the data. Is that data being sent to a third-party server somewhere else, or is it all on the enterprise's own AWS server? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just first watch what all we have here. So you can find, sorry, yeah. So you can use a Amazon Q to have conversations, solve problems, generate content, gain insights, and take actions by connecting to your company's information, repositories, code, data, and enterprise systems. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So this is the one place where I find ChatGPT to be really lacking. Like even if I'm using GPT-4, I cannot tailor it to my company's data because each time I have to feed a new files, and there's this weird bug that I face with my chat GPT. Let me just show it to you. So this is my chat GPT. So let's assume I'm uploading this one file. This is my face only. So and I'm giving it a simple prompt. Describe this photo. So now this is for any kind of a PDF or anything for that matter. The attach button that allows me to attach the file, the PDF, or any Excel file, that just goes away. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to do further analysis if required with my company's data or anything for that matter. But so this is the first of my concerns. I can get through this for photos. So for photos, what can be done is I can just copy the photo and paste that photo over here, and that does the job for me. But when it comes to documents, the issue arises that there is no attach button. So this is the first issue. And when we talk about the second issue, that is the data that I'm training. If the history isn't off, that data will be used by OpenAI to train their own servers, their own model. So that is one place where enterprises are always afraid that their data might get used or might get leaked. And this is the same case that I find whenever I'm pitching someone an AI solution somewhere, whether it's an enterprise or an individual, they're all on the matter that मुझे नहीं चाहिए मेरा डेटा कहीं मेरी कंट्री से बाहर चला जाए. सबका यही होता है. सो लेट्स से अगर Amazon Q इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर पाता, Amazon Q provides immediate relevant information and advice to employees to streamline tasks, accelerate decision making and problem solving, and help spark creativity and innovation at work. Amazon Q offers user based plans to get you so you get features, pricing, and options tailored to how you use the product. Amazon Q can adapt its interactions to each individual user based on their existing identities, roles, and permissions. All right. So IAM roles are being respected here by Amazon. So if you guys don't know what IAM roles are, roles in AWS. So basically, जैसे role based authentication होता है. So it's just like role-based authentication. You can just describe on Amazon key, I want this person to have admin access. I want this person to not have admin access. I want this XYZ person to access this machinery. उसको इसका इसमें रोल है डेवलपमेंट का, इसका इसमें रोल है डिप्लॉयमेंट का. तो IAM रोल्स बेसिकली रोल बेस्ड ऑथेंटिकेशन है. रोल बेस्ड ऑथेंटिकेशन बेसिकली ये होता है IAM रोल्स. So moving forward, AWS never uses customers' content from Amazon Q to train underlying models. In other words, your company information remains secure and private. Sorry. So secure and private. This is a huge promise because अभी enterprises का वही सबसे बड़ा concern है कि मेरा data बाहर चला जाता है. Like ये चीज़ें हम avoid कर सकते हैं with Llama, Mistral and other AI models. But again उधर भी यही issue आता है हमारे पास कि हार्डवेयर रिक्वायरमेंट बहुत हाई है. you need a A100, V100 or a H100, and that too in some cases multiple GPUs, ताकि ये मॉडल स्मूथली रन कर पाए. So let's see if, so I'm just going to go through the website. First let's just go through the article rather. एक बार आर्टिकल पूरा पढ़ लेते हैं एंड देन उसके बाद ये पॉइंट आई वांट टू स्पेसिफिकली सर्च. मैंने लिखा हुआ है अपने ये ब्रीफ में, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन ब्रीफ में जो मैंने अपने लिए बनाया है एक लाइव स्ट्रीम के लिए. सो लेट्स जस्ट गो थ्रू द रेस्ट ऑफ द आर्टिकल. Let's look at a few examples of how Amazon Q can help business users complete tasks using simple natural language. Prompts. As a marketing manager, you should ask Q to transform a press release into a blog post, create a summary of the press release, or create an email draft based on the provided release. Okay, personalization. Amazon Q searches through your company content, which can include internal style guides, for example, to provide a response appropriate to your company's brand standards. Then you could ask Amazon Q to generate tailored social media prompts to prompt your story through each of your social media channels. Later, you can ask Amazon Q to analyze your campaign and summarize leadership reviews. Okay, that's interesting. So basically, I just want to explain it using Excel. So basically what I can do is, जैसे ये मेरा कंपनी का डेटा है सारा, तो ये मेरी पीपीटी फाइल है, ये मेरी वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट है, ये मेरी पीडीएफ है, ये मेरी पीडीएफ है. ओके, तो अब मेरा ये सारा, whenever I get all this data, I can just put this in Amazon Q. और अब जब Amazon Q के अंदर ये चला गया, I can just ask it questions कि create me XYZ, create me a social media post for my new product. This is a very general post. This is a very generalized prompt that I have written here. तो इस generalized prompt से मुझे ChatGPT से तो बहुत गंदा response मिलेगा, because मेरे को इस new product का पूरा brief देना है. अब इस new product का मैंने पूरा brief दिया है, उसके बाद मेरे को ChatGPT पहला रिस्पॉन्स देगा, मेरे को उसे फाइन ट्यून करना पड़ेगा, उस प्रॉम्प्ट को फिर और एडजस्ट करके टू गेट द फाइनल रिजल्ट. लेकिन व्हाट आई एम रीडिंग हियर इज कि मैंने अपना सारे डेटा से कनेक्ट करा हुआ है, मेरे कंपनी के कंटेंट के थ्रू जाएगा, मेरे स्टाइल गाइड्स फॉलो करेगा. सो आई थिंक दिस में इंक्लूड द डिस्क्रिप्शंस दैट आर बीइंग यूज्ड फॉर माय सोशल मीडिया. देन अप्रोप्रिएट रिस्पॉन्सेज आएंगे to company's brand standards, and then you can ask Amazon Q to generate tailored social media prompts. तो अब सारा जो भी मेरा कंटेंट बनेगा वो सब कुछ Amazon Q अपने जो मैंने डेटा फीड इन करा है फॉर मार्केटिंग पर्पसेज और एनी काइंड, दैट इंक्लूड्स कंपनी स्टाइल गाइड्स, पीडीएफ, डॉक्यूमेंट, सोशल मीडिया चैनल्स, अपने आप जनरेट करके और एनालाइज भी कर देगा विद समराइजेशन. ओके, दैट इज इंटरेस्टिंग. दैट्स अ गुड यूआई. I hope this upload button does not disappear after the first prompt जैसे इसमें होता है ChatGPT में. In the following example, I deployed Amazon Q with access to my AWS News blog post from 2023 and called it the assistant AWS blog expert. AWS blog expert, ask me about AWS. I'm your AWS assistant. Enter a prompt or choose a suggestion to start a conversation. I'll respond using data from the organization. Okay, so this is the blog post. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली इसने ट्रेन कर दिया अपने स्टाइल के साथ मल्टीपल डेटा सेट्स देख के कि ये मेरा ब्लॉग पोस्ट है, सारे नए ब्लॉग पोस्ट, ऑडियोज, देन क्या क्या करा है, उन कैसे लिखते हैं, बेसिकली द एंटायर टोन ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल. And then she gave it a prompt, summarize the key insights from Aunt J's, I'm sorry अगर मैंने नाम गलत बोला, recent AWS weekly roundup post, and craft a compelling social media post that not only highlights the important points but also encourages engagement. Consider a target audience and aim for a tone that aligns with the brand identity. Yep, I was right. जो भी हमने यहाँ पे डॉक्यूमेंट वगैरह फीड करा है, since that has been fed on with our company's tone, our company's policy, all that data is being trained. और वो सब कुछ मेरे को बताना नहीं है अब Amazon Q को. Amazon Q अपने आप करेगा सारा काम. The social media post should be concise, informative, and enticing to encourage readers to click through and read the full articles. Please ensure the content is shareable and include relevant hashtags for maximum visibility. Okay. Summarize the key insights. Okay, that's the prompt. Here's a drafted social media post highlighting insights from did you miss all the latest AWS announcements and news last week? Catch up on key launches from Amazon MWA, EMR Studio, and more. Weekly roundup blog post, new Apache Airflow. Okay, that's a good prompt, but I think it could be refined a little bit more. बट सबसे बढ़िया चीज़ जो इसकी मुझे लग रही है, ये सोर्स दे रहा है किसने कहाँ से करा है. तो टेक्निकली जो एंटरप्राइजेस का होता है, बिकॉज AI कैनॉट बी 100% करेक्ट इन इट्स करेंट स्टेट. तो मेरे हिसाब से व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर इज कि सोर्सेज के साथ दे कैन वेरीफाई मेरा डेटा यहाँ से आया है, सो आई कैन ईजिली फाइंड आउट वेदर और नॉट वट एवर आई एम बीइंग गिवन इज इट राइट और नॉट. That's good. Behind the scenes, Amazon Q searches for the documents in the connected data sources, creates relevant and detailed suggestions for a social media post based on my blog post. Amazon Q also tells me which document was used to generate the answers in case it is a PDF file of the blog post in question. Okay. As an administrator, you can define the context of the responses, restrict irrelevant topics, and configure whether to respond only using trusted company information or complement responses with knowledge from the underlying model. Restricting responses to trusted company information helps mitigate hallucinations, a common phenomena where the underlying model generates responses that sounds plausible but are based on misinterpreted or non-existent data. Okay, so they are trying to fight the hallucination that ChatGPT and other Bard or any kind of AI tool has. So this is pretty interesting. So I definitely would like to try this out कि कैसे manage कर रहे हैं ये and how much can I ensure कि ये hallucinate ना करे, अपने आप से answers भी ना दे मेरे को. Amazon Q would provide fine-grained access control that restricts responses to only using data or acting based on the employee's level of access and provides citations and references to the original sources for fact-checking and traceability. You can choose among 40 plus built-in connectors for response data sources and enterprise systems, including Amazon S3, Google Drive, Microsoft SharePoint, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Slack. Okay. So they are providing connections as well, which isn't limited to AWS. You can connect to other sources as well. That's cool. How to tailor Amazon Q. So now this is just teaching me how to create it. So we can, of course, we have to create an application. Then we define IAM roles. Either we give it an existing roles. We select a retriever. A retriever pulls data from the index in real time during a conversation. You can choose between two options. Use Amazon Q native retriever or use an existing Amazon Kendra retriever. Alright. I have no idea what this Kendra is. The native retriever can connect to the Amazon Q supported data sources. If you already use Amazon Kendra, you can select the existing Amazon Kendra retriever to connect the associate data sources to your Amazon Q application. I select the native retriever option and then choose next. Okay. Then we connect to our data sources, which gives us S3. We can upload our own documents, Adobe, Box, Drupal, GitHub. It's allowing me to connect to my code base as well, Slack, Salesforce, alright. Once the data source sync is successfully completed, the retriever shows the accurate document count. You can preview the web experience and start a conversation. Note that the data source sync can take from a few minutes to a few hours depending on the amount of and the size of the data to index. You can also connect plugins that manage access to enterprise systems, including ServiceNow, Jira. Okay. So I think it is allowing me to create issues from the chatbot to directly onto Jira or Zendesk or ServiceNow. So this is cool. This will save a lot of time. So maybe one use case that I can see here is let's say you ask the bot what are the top 10 issues or what are the top 20 issues that I'm facing with this particular product, and then it gives you a list of what are the top 10 that you've been facing for that particular month, and with that you can ask the AI to summarize it and create a new Jira ticket maybe. So this has a lot of potential. So currently it is in preview and you can only use it through Slack. All right, so now since we've gone through the blog post, I'll just go through the that is my bad. I'll just go through their official website. So this is still in preview. So your generative AI assistant designed for the work that can be tailored to your business. So let's just go through this video once that is there. And through that video, I'll just make sure that you guys hear the audio as well. Sure that you guys hear the audio as well. Let's just see. Okay, I just realized my voice was echoing. I am so sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm sorry, I missed that first part. So, okay, so we are asking what product features are causing most problem. Like I said, so now it gives me a resources from, it has taken all the data from Zendesk, S3 and Salesforce. And these are hyperlinks that you can navigate to them. And then we're asking based on this training module schedule. Okay, this is awesome. Identify documentation that needs updating at task. Okay. So kind of like text to task, like what we use Zapier for. Yeah, what we use Zapier for. So now here I'm giving it a prompt. Then through that prompt, a Jira ticket is generated based on the documentation that needs updating. Okay, that's a clean looking UI. And if it were, it is that clean looking UI, I'm pretty happy that someone took the मतलब किसी ने तो बनाया यार ये जीरा का एक अच्छा यूआई जीरा नहीं किसी ने चैटबॉट का एक अच्छा यूआई बनाया बिकॉज आई हेट बार्ड्स यूआई एंड चैट जीपीटी का यूआई इज टॉलरेबल बट इट इज नॉट द बेस्ट ठीक है then we have Amazon Q as your expert assistant for building on AWS. It all okay while even connecting to business data, it also helps in building on AWS, so that must be very helpful. How do I build a web app on AWS? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And you can use it in VS Code, of course, like with Code Whisperer. Okay. You can connect it with QuickSight as well. Gather data, create new things maybe. Okay. So the pretty good from what I see, it has pretty good capabilities. So let's see, just see your business first. Can be built tailored to your business by connecting it to your company data, information, and systems. Made simple with more than 50 plus built-in connectors. Build business users like marketers, project and program managers, sales representative, among others, can have tailored conversations, solve problems, generate content, take actions, and more. Amazon Q is aware of which system they can access, so they can ask detailed, nuanced questions and get tailored results that include only information they're authorized to see. Okay, so with IAM, we are not creating separate chatbots. एक ही chatbot है जो create करा है हमने और वही एक chatbot को हमने roles दे दिया है जैसे कि मेरे कलीग के पास है कि वो मार्केटिंग टीम देख सकता है और मेरे पास है कि मैं सेल्स टीम देख सकता हूँ सो आई ओनली गेट द रिस्पॉन्सेज दैट आर इन्वॉल्विंग सेल्स टीम डेटा and he will only get responses involving marketing team data. That is pretty cool. So AWS में help करता है वो के QuickSight का data मिल जाता है that we have unified business intelligence service built for the cloud that offers interactive dashboard, paginated reports and embedded analytics, plus natural language querying capabilities. Amazon QS in QuickSight enhances business analysts and business users' productivity using generative BI capabilities to quickly build compelling visuals, summarize insights, answer. Okay, you can build visuals as well through that. That's cool. Answer data questions and build data stories using natural language. I don't know what Amazon Connect is. Okay, customer service center. Customer service agent provide better customer service. Of course, so अब डेटा सारा मेरा एक जगह कनेक्टेड है अमेजोन क्यू के पास पूरा डेटा का मेरा एक्सेस है तो जब कस्टमर सर्विस जैसे कॉल पर है तो वो अपने आप यहाँ पे अपने आप टाइप कर सकता है यूज़र क्वेरी आ गई या हमको कुछ पिच कर रहा है उसका कोई क्वेश्चन आया कस्टमर का एंड दे हैव टू आंसर दैट क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे वो अपने आप डाले क्वेश्चन विद इन अ कपल ऑफ सेकेंड्स और कपल ऑफ मिनट्स आंसर आ जाएगा. So this is, I can see this being really useful for customer service centers. Let's move forward. Relevant to company content to automatically recommend what to say and what actions to the agent should take for to better attend the customer. That is good. So then we go to AWS supply chain using Amazon Q in supply chain coming soon. Inventory managers, supply and demand planners, and others will be able to ask and get intelligent answers about what is happening in their supply chain. Why is it happening and what actions can to take. They will also be able to explore what if scenarios to understand the trade-off between different supply chain choices. Okay. Didn't get a single thing what they're trying to say, but okay. So now we get to the benefits. Now this is something I want to see. First, जो मेरे को सबसे पहली चीज़ देखनी थी वो मेरे को सामने बड़ा बड़ा दिखा है. Hover, okay. Getting a little bit off topic, this hover is nice. Amazon Q is built with security and privacy in mind to help customers meet their most stringent enterprise needs. No, but I want to know कि मेरा डेटा मेरी सर्वर पे रहेगा मेरे AWS के सर्वर में या तुम किसी थर्ड पार्टी सर्वर में से स्टोर करोगे. That's the primary thing that I want to see. Personalizes interactions based on your role and permission. Amazon Q respects IAM roles, okay. Understand company's data. I can connect my code, my information and systems so that they can have tailored conversations, solve problems, generate content, take actions that are relevant to your business. Okay. Engages in conversations to solve problems, generate content and take action. Amazon Q is your business expert that can streamline common tasks like summarizing long documents, drafting, generating drafts of emails or articles, conducting business research on topics, or doing comparative analysis. Amazon Q can even help complete certain tasks, reducing the time that employees spend on repetitive work like filing tickets or creating new cases. That जो ये हमने देखा था जो वो जीरा वाला एग्जांपल आया था where we got a beautiful pop-up जहाँ पे AI ने अपने आप majority details fill कर दी थी if I'm not wrong. एक बार देखता हूँ फिर से यहाँ ये था हाँ AI ने automatically majority details यहाँ पे fill कर दी थी with who the reporter is. तो ये तो उसने user login से निकाल लिया. Then the project and all it automatically identified with the prompt and the summary is all. This is amazing, dude. So Amazon Q in action. Tap into your company's knowledge base to get answers and guidance. Ask Amazon Q what are the latest guidelines for logo usage. How do I apply for company credit card? Okay. So this can be used for HR, finance, accounts department so that they can get rid of those tedious tasks. Terms and conditions डाल दो, privacy policy डाल दो, कोई भी leave policy डाल दो, and through that you can get all kinds of answers. This is really cool. Understand how supply chain impacts your operations. Ask Amazon Q what is the financial impact of the delayed replenishment orders in the AWS supply chain application, and it will reply the delays will cause 20 of your fast moving products to go out of stock. Okay, with the revenue impact. All right, Okay, that's good. Research solutions and learn what are the ways to build web applications on AWS. In AWS Management Console, Amazon Q will provide a list of potential services like Amplify, Lambda, Amazon EC2, and with the advantages of each and links to getting started resources. Okay. Build quick dashboards. But it's still, first let's just see how much it costs. मतलब सबसे important वही है ultimately तो costing कितनी है $20 per user per month. Okay, this isn't cheap. This ain't cheap at all. And that is just the business plan. There's a builder plan as well. That's $25 per month per user. So the business plan, your business experts can help you solve problems, generate content, find insights, and take actions based on your company's data, information, and system. Your business expert and your AWS expert that can transform the way developers and IT professionals build, optimize, and operate applications. So this is basically for the front ends, guys. Customer service center, sales people who customer facing people basically, or anybody within an organization who's working, basically the employees. And this is the builder, the ones who are running the AWS server within the organization. Developer हो गया, infra team हो गई. मेरे हिसाब से यही है. लेट्स आगे एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं, लेट्स सी फिर क्या होता है. So an expert in your organization is an expert in your organization's knowledge. You can make Amazon Q an expert in your organization's knowledge and experience by pointing it at your internal data repositories, as well as connect to more than 40 enterprise systems, including Amazon Simple Storage Service S3, Salesforce, Google Drive, basically connectors. Amazon Q can identify provider to understand your users and the permissions so they can ask detailed and nuanced questions and get relevant results. Okay, get crisp and relevant answers based on your business data. Employees can ask Amazon Q about anything. They might have previously had to search for such things such as what are the latest guidelines for logo usage or how I apply for and get fast answers plus link to relevant sources. So basically helping reduce time. So like I said, this is for those internal employees like customer service employee, the new guy that has been hired for customer onboarding, developers who are working, the support team who has to upload tickets, then the sales team who needs to access documents or in real time to answer customer questions or maybe get things done when talking to another customer, the marketing team जिसको नए प्रोडक्ट की डिटेल्स चाहिए और उस नए प्रोडक्ट के बेसिस पे दे नीड टू क्रिएट मार्केटिंग पोस्ट. So this is for those people most probably available through web application onto or your existing application. I can put it on my existing application like Slack. Most probably Teams पे भी आ जाएगा, but I doubt it क्योंकि Teams पे Copilot है Microsoft का. Then we have QuickSight. Okay, then तो builder का क्या purpose है? Am I right when what I'm saying about builder? Includes all capability of Amazon Q. Is an expert in AWS. ओके AWS पे बिल्डिंग की हेल्प करेगा, अनफेमिलियर टेक्नोलॉजीज को लर्न कर सकते हो, यू कैन गेट स्टार्टेड फास्टर, वेल आर्किटेक्टेड पैटर्न्स बता देगा, बिल्ड न्यू सोल्यूशन, स्पेंड लेस टाइम और अनडिफरेंशिएटेड वर्क लाइक मेंटेनेंस. ओके, then provides crisp guidance on AWS capabilities, services and solutions. Developers and IT users can ask AWS Q to explore new capabilities. If you ask Amazon Q to tell you what about a new capability like agents for Amazon Bedrock, you'll get a description of the features like features plus links to relevant material. Get started on new projects. Amazon Q will respond to what are the ways to build web apps on AWS with a list of relevant services and advantages of each. Basically helping in building on AWS. तो इसमें मेरे को दोनों चीज़ें मिलेंगी. मैं बिजनेस को भी दे सकता हूँ और मैं इंटरनल यूजर्स को दे सकता हूँ जो मेरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देख रहे हैं, जो मेरा AWS के ऊपर बिल्ड कर रहे हैं, सो ऑन एंड सो फॉर, और वो सब दोनों साथ में यूज़ कर सकते हैं. But that pricing is high. $25 per user per month. I'm not sure if enterprises would be willing to pay that much. And even if they are, data privacy is the one thing जो मेरे को अभी भी चेक करनी है, data privacy, but I'm really curious about it. Wait, pehle Amazon Q availability zones. I think यहाँ पे था ना, मेरे पास ना एक लिंक पड़ा हुआ है इसका, रुको मैं वो ढूंढ निकालता हूँ. Supported regions, yeah. Regardless of where you use Amazon Q, data is sent and stored to the US. US, Europe चला गया, India चला गया. Any kind of a company that is outside the United States, वो तो पहले ही चली गई यहाँ पे. Data processed during conversation or Amazon Q is stored in the North US, in US East North Virginia region, even if AWS management console is set to a different AWS server region. Okay, so that kind of means कि मेरे सर्वर पे डेटा नहीं रहेगा. That is conversation data, troubleshooting data, and any I think logs भी होंगे. And Amazon data processed during interactions with Amazon Q and IDs is stored on. तो आई एम वेरी एप्रीहेंसिव कि लोग इस पे जाएंगे, लाइक एंटरप्राइजेज इस पे जाएंगे, बट वी डोंट नो how Amazon is going to pitch them because they're a pretty smart company. So Amazon Q data processed during troubleshooting, console error sessions and stored in. Okay, yes, and it is available on various areas, but data सारा मेरा process होगा in the United States. Even if you set your console to one of these regions, your data will be processed in US. तो हमारा यहाँ पे यूरोप गया, मेरा एक सेकंड, मेरा यूरोप गया, इंडिया गया, ऑस्ट्रेलिया गया. बेसिकली एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आउटसाइड ऑफ यूएस ये नहीं लेगी. एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आउटसाइड द यूएस ये नहीं लेगी. अब इफ यू टॉक अबाउट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इन यूएस उधर भी एक कंसर्न आएगा, क्योंकि कंपनी के लिए उनका डेटा मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल होता है. और यहाँ पे भी अगर कंपनीज जैसे कह रही हैं दैट यू कैन ऐड योर ओन कोड बेस, नॉलेज, डॉक्यूमेंट्स एक्सेट्रा, ये लोग अगर डेटा डालेंगे, स्टोर कहीं और हो रहा है, दे डोंट हैव एक्सेस टू इट, उन्हें नहीं पता उसकी क्या सिक्योरिटी है, उन्हें नहीं पता कि यह शेयर्ड इंस्टेंस है या डेडिकेटेड इंस्टेंस है. सो दिस वुड कॉज organizations a lot of distrust. According, this is my personal opinion, I would love to hear your opinions as well. तो डिस्ट्रस्ट बहुत हो जाएगा इसके साथ लोगों को. तो उसके लिए आई एम नॉट श्योर कि इन यूएस भी पीपल वुड बी विलिंग टू गो. People would be willing to go in USB. And when I say people, I mainly mean enterprises. क्योंकि अगर उस एंटरप्राइज का डेटा बाहर चला गया, एंटरप्राइजेस का डेटा बाहर चला गया, जैसे अगर एप्पल का डेटा गूगल को मिल गया, एप्पल बंद भी हो सकती है एंड एप्पल का बहुत मेजर लॉस भी हो सकता है. सो आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ पीपल वुड बी विलिंग टू गो हियर. तो पता नहीं कहाँ गया. Okay, so basically I was right. So Amazon Q business is for internal business usage key, for people who are not developing on the AWS cloud. Amazon Q builder is for that, it includes business plans as well as for people who are building on the AWS cloud. Pricing details acha we find coming soon, product details, but we have most of the things here. एक्सपर्ट असिस्टेंस नहीं है हमारे पास इसमें, बाकी सब कुछ है. वी क्विक साइट भी है, वी हैव एक्सपर्ट नॉलेज ऑफ योर बिजनेस एंड, बट हमारे पास वो नहीं है. कोड विस्परर, ओके, दे नॉट इवन कोड. ओके, ऑफ कोर्स दे वोंट गिव कोड विस्परर एज वेल, क्योंकि ultimately it's a developer feature. Upgrade and transform Java application in fraction of time with Amazon Q's code transformation. End-to-end guided feature. Development, conversational coding, code catalyst, data analysis. Okay, there are additional pricing as well. Amazon Q Index is charged for units of 20,000 documents at a rate of $0.14 per hour, $100 per month to support your business knowledge. You can start with one unit and then add additional units storage as required. Each storage unit includes 100 hours of connector usage per month. I'm not really sure what that even means. देखते हैं यार इसका क्या मतलब है. With our handy dandy chat GPT. Explain as if I am 9 years old. देखो भाई, जिंदगी में टेंशन नहीं लेनी, कुछ नहीं आ रहा चैट जीपीटी कर लो. Imagine you have a big toy box where you can keep 220,000 of your toy cars. Instead of toys, we're talking about pieces of information or documents that a company like a big toy store might want to keep track of. Now, this toy box is a bit special because it's not at your house, it's somewhere else. If you reach it using the internet, because it's special, you need to pay money to use it. It costs $0.14 every hour it is opened. If you want to keep it open all the time for the whole month, you have to pay $100. When you first start using it, you have just one toy box, but if you end up with more than 20,000 toy cars, you may need more space. You can get more toy boxes, and with each toy box you get 100 hours to use a connector, which is like a little helper robot that puts the toys in the box or takes them out for you. Okay, that's nice. But again, then that just means that there is heavy additional pricing that we need to make sure that is going to be paid. Okay. So that was Amazon Q. So this is still under private beta. We cannot test it out, unfortunately. But this was everything that I found out about Q. And I was actually really fascinated about it because ये मतलब ऑनेस्टली दिस इज़ अ यूनिक थिंग व्हाट दैट इज बीइंग डन. ये मल्टी मॉडल नहीं है मोस्ट प्रोबेबली, अभी टेक्स्ट बेस्ड LLM ही है, बट दिस एक्चुअली ब्रिंग्स Amazon बैक ऑन द मैप कि दे डोंट हैव टू रिलाई ऑन अदर कंपनीज कि मेटा ने अपना लामा दे दिया. चैट जीपीटी का लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल है, एंथ्रोपिक का है, दे हैव देयर ओन लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल दैट दे कैन सेल एंड मेक प्रॉफिट आउट ऑफ.